everyone, so I have Mr. Bowie here and we are outside. I've been wanting to make this little guy's details video ever since I got him because I feel like the video that I first took of him just did not really show you how beautiful he is. And so I've been waiting and waiting for like a day where I get home early enough and the sun is out, or it's sunny enough, and today I finally am home all day, but it is kind of cloudy. So I hope that you guys are still able to see all of his details. I think that the cloudiness actually is kind of helping a little bit, but my camera does not really focus well if I just do like big picture to small picture, so I'm going to do this in two separate clips. So here we go. We're going to dive into all of his cute little details. Oh, and before I go into that, I just want to let you guys know that he is the Evie sculpt by Laura Lee Eagles, and he was painted by Joe Adkins of Cupcake Fairy Creations. Alright, so this little guy has painted hair underneath, and then I asked for some sparsely rooted hair on top, and I am so incredibly happy with the results. I think it looks incredible. I feel like it looks like a real newborn scalp when they are first born because they have kind of like an oily scalp. I know that sounds kind of gross. So like some of the hair sticks down, whereas like some of it's kind of fluffy. And so I feel like it really adds so much dimension. And you can kind of see his texture a little bit too on his forehead there. He has an incredible texture on him. I love it. And then here's his little face. So I hope that you guys can see this. I can kind of see it in the camera a little bit, but he does have the fine baby hairs painted on his face. They're like the little white little hairs. I think it's called lanugo is the hairs on newborn. So he has that, and then he also has the little milk bumps that you can kind of see all over his face. They look very bright in camera, which is kind of weird because you can barely notice the milk bumps in regular house lighting, I feel like, but they are raised, which is really cool. I have not had a reborn with raised milk bumps. That's awesome. And he does for some reason have lint on his head. I wonder if that was just from the outfit I put on him. I'm sorry about that. And he has beautifully painted eyebrows. I feel like newborns don't have very prominent eyebrows, so his are like perfectly subtle. And then his lips are gorgeous. I love the coloring. He has very like red purpley tones, which I think is incredible. All right, and then moving down to his fingers. So this is what I wanted you guys to see so bad in the last video, is he has textured fingernails. Isn't that cool? So they're like a thicker layer on top, and you can see the little ridges. Oops, sorry, I like totally messed up the camera there, but you can see the little ridges in them, and they have like the perfect little half moon, and then the nail I feel like is small enough and the right color, which is great. And I'm sorry about all the background noise. That is the one downfall of filming outside. But anyway, so here are his hands and his cute little newborn rolls. They're so pretty. I love the depth that it really has. I feel like this artist just does a really good job sort of playing with the depth and kind of enhancing it, if that makes sense. So on the parts of the doll where it would be raised and the light is catching it, she paints it lighter. I don't know if you guys can tell that. I think you could tell a little bit better on this hand. So like the top of the hand is a lighter color, and then the creases are very dark, so it's more prominent, which I really like. And there's his little textured nail on this side. And I kind of like how she did like some of the nails a little bit bigger than others, because real newborns don't have like perfect nails, you know, especially after you tried clipping them once. So there's that little hand. And this is one thing that I did when I weighted the doll. I put the zip ties a little bit too tight just on this arm. So that's another thing that I need to fix at some point. Oops, sorry. And I'm actually kind of digging his weighting now. Like when I first weighted him, I was like, I did not do this right. Like, this needs to be fixed. He's not heavy enough. And now I'm actually pretty happy with it. So I might just keep it for now. Maybe add a little bit more stuffing because he is a little lumpy in some areas. But other than that, pretty solid. So there's his little rolls. And I feel like this belly plate does fit extremely well. And it is a belly plate. It just goes around a little bit. So it goes to like about right there on his back. It's kind of hard to show. He is not a full body doll whatsoever. So just so you guys know that. He is not a silicone. He is a vinyl reborn. And this is a separate piece. So here you can see the beautiful details on his belly. I think the veining is so perfect. It's very subtle and realistic. It's blended very well, which I like. And then his cute little belly button. I love that. I love when babies have like kind of like an outie belly button. I think it's adorable. And he does not have any anatomical features. It's just a gender neutral belly plate. And he does have the front loading legs on the body, which I thought was gonna look kind of awkward, but I feel like it actually works for him pretty well. So not any huge complaints there actually. And then his toenails, oh my goodness, so beautiful. They're done so well. And you can see the creases really well. Again, kind of what I was talking about is like the top of the foot is slightly lighter and then the creases are like very dark and pronounced, like a real newborn. Here's his little thigh. So yeah, here you can kind of see how the front loading legs work. Instead of being more on the side of the body and going to the side, his legs curl in, which I've never had before, but it actually makes him more cuddly. So if you guys are thinking about getting the front loading legs or using the body that comes with this kit, I would actually recommend it. So here's his other little leg. I think he's just the right amount of chunkiness. He is 18 inches. I did measure him. I did not weigh him, so I will do that and kind of let you guys know what his weight is. Here's his little toes. I like how Laura Lee Eagles does really long toes and fingers. I think that's a really sweet newborn feature. I hope you guys can see this. It's hard to film outside too because it's hard to see your screen. So you're kind of just hoping that you're getting it without too many shadows. Here, let me move to over here. Maybe you could see it better then. But yeah, it's cute little toes, and you can kind of see the texture on his toe as well. That is really pretty. I love it. Yeah, there he is. Go back up to his sweet little face, because that is, of course, the best part of a reborn is their adorable face. Look at that. His eyelids are so beautiful too. Anyway, okay, you guys have seen all of his details now, so I'm going to go weigh him real quick and come back with the result. All right, so Bowie's official weight is a little over 6.5 pounds, which I think is the absolute perfect weight for his size, and that's a good newborn weight. And I decided to move him over here in the shade along with Winona because the sun started peeking out a little bit. I really love seeing my dolls coloring in natural lighting, and so I thought it'd be fun to kind of do like a little bit of a side-by-side comparison. They are almost the exact same size, which I think is kind of cool. I think Winona's a little bit more of a chunky baby. She's a little bit less lanky, but other than that, they're about the same. So I think that is pretty cool. However, as you can tell, they are very different colorings. Winona looks like she was born maybe like a day ago. She is still very purpley, very red, very dark newborn colors. Whereas Bowie kind of looks like he's a week or two old maybe. Still very red and newborny, but definitely not as intense as Winona. They're also, you know, two different complexions. Even like if Winona did grow up and she her coloring changed, she just has very dark features with her dark hair and dark baby hairs, whereas Bowie has a little bit lighter features, I think, just overall. And they both do have belly plates. I think the only time I showed Winona's belly plate on video was probably her box opening, so now you guys get to see it again. I like Bowie's belly plate way more because it's a wraparound, and so it's just so much easier to photograph, whereas this belly plate just doesn't fit the body fantastically. I mean, it works, and you can definitely kind of use a blanket to cover up the side and do it that way, but to be honest, I kind of like to work smarter, not harder, so I like this style of belly plate a little bit more. But they're both painted incredibly, as you guys can tell. Yeah, she is so newborn, even her little stump is still there, whereas it looks like his has all healed and fallen off and he is good to go. So there they are together. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I never did a details video of Winona because I believe her first mommy did a details video, but if you guys are interested in seeing one on my channel, I would happily do that. But you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching.